Hi everyone, Jessica Hayes here with Trinity Wellness. I haven't been on for a while to update the happenings here at Trinity Wellness, so I thought I would do a quick update and touch base with everyone to see how everybody is doing that follows the page, as well as the people in our private group at Trinity Wellness. So there's a reason why I haven't been coming on and doing as many videos. I found out about 3 weeks ago that I had went back hypothyroid, and I was having a pretty bad flare-up with symptoms, loss of energy, loss of motivation and desire, very tired, sleeping a lot, among other things. I had some brain fog going on, and it was just really icky. So they did increase my levothyroxine again, and we'll keep an eye on that. So I continue the battle and the journey towards health, healing, and recovery in my personal life, and want to continue to share that experience with you, as well as help you with anything that you may be experiencing in your life. So the seasons have changed. It's a gray fall day here in northwestern Wisconsin. It's actually not too bad, considering I had to take my jacket off and kind of cool down. I'm out on my hike with Butch. He's here with me down here. You can't see him. And so we are doing an extra long nature hike because the wind has been a little more forgiving today than it's been the past week or so or more. And the temperature is almost 50, which we're not going to see too many more days with the temperature reaching close to 50. So I'm taking advantage of the nicer weather, even though the sun is hiding in the clouds. So I've continued to do my wellness walks and push myself physically with low impact workouts to manage my mental health, as well as my physical health and my weight, which as a hypothyroid, weight has been a reoccurring issue for me, something that I've really had to watch closely and work extra hard to manage and control. So continuing to do that, I've continued making my own herbal tea blends. I've been using some medicinal herbs, as well as just herbs that I find very soothing and relaxing, herbs from my garden, store-bought. And so I've been enjoying my own tea blends, as well as store-bought tea blends. I've taken advantage. I had a cold for a couple of weeks, so I was also down and out with a cold, and it lingered a little bit longer than I had wanted it to. So I had an opportunity to try the mullein tincture. I did the elderberry and bee balm tincture, as well as some medicinal teas, and I found that was beneficial and helped me get through the cold. And I've continued to take the tinctures, the teas, anything of that nature as needed. I'm so still doing all of the things that I know to do. I recently started reading a book, which sometimes I kind of go in phases where I'm an avid reader and I'm reading a lot, and maybe in the summer months I don't get as much reading done as I would, just because I'm outside so often and I'm in the garden or in the woods working with plants and nature, and so I'm not necessarily doing all the reading I would typically do. But in the off season, I call it, which I have a long off season in Wisconsin, so I have started reading a book. A lot of people are familiar with the Chicken Soup series, and this one is Chicken Soup for the Mother's Soul. And I've been, as my children are getting older and I'm going through different stages in my life and they're going through different stages in their life, and with the COVID-19, the election year, the Black Lives Matter movement, and everything we've seen this year going on, protests and riots and different things, it's been important to me to just kind of do some reading on what it's like for mothers and parenting children, as we faced kind of a year that we haven't foreseen or haven't had to face. And quite a long time, and maybe dealing with things that our mothers or grandmothers didn't have to deal with. And so I've needed additional support as a mom to cope with this year and the changing lives of my children and myself, as well as, dealing with my health. And so something to lift my spirits, positive brain food to fuel my mind, my mood. And so that's a book I've started reading. I also started my crocheting, and I've been doing a lot of thinking and reflecting and different things as like the season goes into dormancy. I feel that my body and my mind have wanted to do that, and I've really had a lot of time to just kind of sit and think and offer up prayers or meditations. And I'm hoping that you guys have all been finding things to satisfy your mind, body, and spirit, as those are the things we focus on here in this wellness group. So I hope you're getting the proper nutrients and foods to fuel your body physically. I hope you're doing what needs to be done to fuel your body mentally and nourish your spirit spiritually, as that's always my focus and my constant goal. I still have an e-course on gardening that I'm actually doing this fall, and I'm kind of surprised that I've put that off this long and haven't started it yet. Again, like I said, with the hypothyroidism, I tend to really have a hard time finding my energy and my motivation and my ability to get the same things done that I would normally be able to do. And then on top of it, it sours my mood, and so I'm not always able to carry on with good spirits and accomplish the things that I want to do. I tend to get a little more depressed or melancholy as a hypothyroid, which is very common. It's not at all unusual. It just makes it harder for me. So that's why I haven't been on my peppy self, sharing everything I've been doing and possibly even doing less. Things have just been a little harder for me this last month, and but I'm trying to get back on the wagon and find motivation and find things to really fuel my fire and my passions as we do head into the winter months, the fall and winter months. It's going to be a long a long stretch for me, and I certainly don't want to be unproductive and stuck in my mind or isolated too much from my group, my page fans, or anyone else for that matter, as all of that can just make those symptoms worse. So I'm recommending, now that we're in the cooler months, yes, enjoy coffee as much as you would typically like to do. Enjoy some of those fall flavors like maple nut or pumpkin spice, but also I recommend incorporating hot teas. Teas tend to be a bit healthier, generally have less caffeine, all of the positive things that we would look for in a warm beverage. I would also recommend that you continue to read and research and learn about infusions and tinctures. Find a good book, anything that fuels your positive energy and helps push you through, and take at least 20 to 30 minutes a day and just spend time reading that book. Find other indoor activities, but also get outside for at least a half an hour every day. On good days, I'm going to be outside as much as possible. On a day like this, I will probably be outside for a few hours, just because the thought of not being able to do that again until April or March terrifies me. I don't like the idea of that, so I'm clinging to my outdoor day today. So that's basically the update for Trinity Wellness. We're still working on our herbal remedies. We still have products for sale. I can also do a workshop or webinar for anybody who's interested. We won't be doing any wellness walks as a group or plant identification classes as a group until spring hits. But please let me know if that's something you're interested in, so I can begin preparing what we would do for that. and so on and so forth. In the meantime, I hope everybody is having a great fall and finding ways to nourish your mind and your body and spirit. And always remember, never hope for it more than you work for it. Reach out to a friend, reach out to a family member, reach out to me. We're all here to get through these difficult times and spread positive messages and encouragement to each other. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye.